Audie Murphy was America's most decorated war hero, a symbol of courage and strength, who later became a Hollywood actor. But behind the fame and glory lies a deeper, more complex story, one marked by trauma, mystery, and unresolved questions. His sudden death in a 1971 plane crash shocked the world. And although it was officially ruled an accident, new details and lingering doubts have made many wonder if the full truth has ever been told. As we look deeper into his life, we uncover a journey that is both inspiring and haunting, a tale that suggests there may have been more to his story than meets the eye. Born on June 20th, 1925, near Kingston, Texas, Audie Murphy grew up in poverty and had to leave school to support his family. At just 17, he lied about his age to enlist in the Army after the attack on Pearl Harbor. Despite being small in stature and often underestimated, Murphy proved his strength and leadership in combat. His courage in battle was legendary, especially during a firefight near Holzweiler, France, where he single-handedly held off a German assault while wounded, standing atop a burning tank destroyer and firing its machine gun. His actions that day earned him the Medal of Honor and made him a national hero. After the war, Murphy transitioned to a career in acting. Though he had no formal training, he persevered, taking small roles before landing a contract with Universal Studios. His biggest breakthrough came in 1955 when he played himself in the film adaptation of his memoir To Hell and Back, which became a massive box office success. Over the next 2 decades, he starred in more than 40 films, mostly westerns, and gained a reputation as a reliable actor. Despite this success, Murphy remained a private and emotionally scarred man, still haunted by what he had seen and done in war. His personal life was also full of complexity. He married actress Wanda Hendricks in 1949, but the marriage quickly fell apart, ending in divorce in 1951. Just days later, he married Pamela Archer, former airline stewardess, with whom he had 2 sons. Murphy loved horses and operated ranches in California and Arizona, where he raised and raced quarter horses. Yet, despite his fame and income, he faced serious financial problems. A failed oil investment in Algeria and trouble with the IRS left him in debt. Offers to endorse cigarettes and alcohol could have helped, but he turned them down, unwilling to set a poor example for younger fans. Murphy also struggled with his temper and the lingering effects of combat trauma, suffered from what we now recognize as PTSD, and his quick reflexes sometimes led to violent incidents, including a 1970 altercation in which he was arrested and later cleared. After allegedly firing a gun during a dispute, his efforts to balance his military loyalty with his film career were evident in his continued service with the Texas Army National Guard, where he was promoted to major and remained active until 1969. Despite these challenges, Murphy remained deeply committed to his family, his moral beliefs, and his country. He was a man of integrity who refused to take the easy path, even when it cost him. His life was filled with public acclaim, private pain, and an ongoing search for peace that he never fully found. When his plane went down in Virginia on May 28, 1971, the world lost a hero, but perhaps not all the answers. Some believe details surrounding the crash were too vague, and hints of silence from officials have fueled speculation. After Audie Murphy returned from World War II, many believed his hardships were behind him. He had survived some of the most intense battles of the war, earning numerous medals and the admiration of an entire nation. He was celebrated as a true American hero. But what most people didn't know was that Murphy's greatest battles were just beginning, this time not on foreign soil, but within his own mind. After the war, there was talk of sending Murphy to West Point. Papers were exchanged and discussions took place. And although he appeared interested at first, he ultimately decided against it. Scholars believe he may have realized that West Point demanded more than heroism. It required a deep academic commitment, something Murphy may not have been mentally prepared for after years of brutal combat. Instead, Murphy was sent to Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio, Texas, arriving there on June 13, 1945, just a few days after being assigned. He joined a small group at the redistribution station and was soon given a 30-day break or chance to relax, travel, and begin healing. During this time, he was honored across the country with parades, banquets, and speeches. On August 21st, he finally received the Good Conduct Medal, and a month later, on September 21st, Murphy was officially discharged from the military as a first lieutenant with a 50% disability classification. He then joined the Officers' Reserve Corps to maintain a military connection without full-time service. Despite the public adoration, Murphy was suffering privately. He endured sleepless nights, recurring nightmares, and constant anxiety. To feel safe, he kept a gun under his pillow. In 1947, a medical exam revealed the toll of his mental health struggles, frequent headaches, vomiting, insomnia, and emotional distress. He began taking sleeping pills, which only masked his pain. Over time, he became dependent on Placidil, a sedative. By the 1960s, he recognized the addiction and made a brave decision to confront it. He locked himself in a hotel room for a week to endure withdrawal alone, and ultimately succeeded in breaking free from the drug. On a quiet day in May 1971, the world lost Audie Murphy not to war, but to a tragic plane crash near Roanoke, Virginia. The weather was unforgiving. Thick clouds, heavy rain, and dense fog obscured visibility. The small Aero Commander 680 aircraft, piloted by a man with over 8,000 flying hours but without the proper instrument-only rating, crashed into a mountainside. Everyone on board, including Murphy, died. The wreckage wasn't discovered until May 31st. Murphy's passing shocked the nation. His wife, Pamela Murphy, was devastated. But later found purpose in healing by working at the Sepulveda Veterans Administration Hospital in Los Angeles, where she dedicated 35 years to helping veterans with the same compassion and integrity that defined her husband. On June 7, 1971, Murphy was laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery with full honors. The ceremony was attended by high-profile figures like George H.W. Bush and Army Chief of Staff William Westmoreland. Murphy's grave, located in Section 46 near the Memorial Amphitheater, remains one of the cemetery's most visited sites, second only to President John F. Kennedy's. True to his humble nature, Murphy requested a modest headstone, rejecting the grand markers often given to Medal of Honor recipients. Interestingly, the grave lists his birth year as 1924. Possibly a clerical alteration made during his military service. Audie Murphy's death in 1971 was not the end of his story. It was the beginning of a legacy that continues to inspire. You enjoyed this video? Like and subscribe, and check out the next video shown on your screen.